Do that. Awesome. So guys, this is going to be your 101 for how to pre-launch in the industry of network marketing, the right way, the correct way, with the right things to be saying. Like I said, I was on a call earlier on. We were talking about the way that you put yourself on the frequency of this industry. This industry has a verbiage to it, right? It has a verbiage, it has a way. It has a way of talking, it has a way of communicating. And that can alter slightly dependent really on if someone's already in the industry or if they're not. That that does take place. But really, there's one way of building this business. And I'm going to give you that. And I'm going to give you that. I know we're working with travel, which is just amazing. I love travel. It's why I got started in this industry. I actually went multiple six figures with a product that I didn't really use. I'll be honest, those that know me close, I didn't really use that financial education sort of situation, but I was able to go multiple six figures because I understand the industry of network marketing. So, guys, I'm going to give you exactly how I'd build this business. Yes, we're going to pay some attention to the fact, that we're utilizing travel, but ultimately, when I really go ahead and communicate this business, I focus on the model and the business and the industry of network marketing. And that's what I'm giving, the solution I'm giving to people. So I want you, first of all, to be aware, my solution for people is the industry itself. Okay. If the product and service, not if the product and service, but the product and service obviously has to bring value. Of course, candles, they bring value to me. Energy drinks bring value to me. I want you to understand first and foremost, before we get stunk into this call, that when you're communicating with somebody about this industry, I don't want the product or service to, yes, if it piques their interest, great, but really that's all I want it to do. Really note what I've just shared there. The product and service can pique their interest, but really that's all I want it to do. Okay. I'm not personally going around piquing people's interest via the product and service, to be honest. Okay, to be honest, I'm not really doing that. Even if I'm in an airport and I connect with somebody, let's say, for example, yes, I'm going to find out, where you're going, that kind of thing, but I'm not going to go then with, I can help you say, I'm going to go, where I'm going to connect person to person. I'm going to connect heart to heart. I think the best way to build this business is connecting heart to heart and not head to head. With a product situation, you find people are trying to connect head to head. I don't want to do that. I want to find out what people want. I want to find out what solution I can find. Is a solution for people to be able to save money when they travel? Absolutely, that's a solution. But guess what? An even bigger solution for people is earning more money and creating more freedom. Earning more money and creating more freedom. Earning more money and creating more freedom. Now, we're on this call, we're going pro, and going pro means that we focus on, if someone comes back to me and says, well, I don't travel all that often, and I've led with the product, I might ask, well, why don't you travel? They might say more money, more time. Generally, people want more money, more time. Okay. So if I just go straight for what's going to enable people to do what they want to do, which is earn more money, create more freedom for 99.9% of the world, let's just be honest, then I'm probably going to come out with being a great problem solver in this industry. So this industry is a profession. It's the third highest paid profession on planet Earth. Above it are musician and artist. Okay. Musician and athlete. Okay, music, an artist is music, a musician. They're the two areas that are paid more than, and third is a network marketing professional. Are there a lot of people that don't get paid in the industry? Yes. Okay, yes. Are there a lot of musicians that don't get paid? Yes. Are there a lot of athletes that don't get paid? Yes. Are there a lot of people that go to the gym that don't get abs? Yes. Okay. We've got to remember, guys, that we want to be, I believe if you can get above average results in this industry, you can create yourself a full-time salary. That's just what I believe. Okay. I believe you can be above average in this particular industry and create a full-time wage. I just do believe that. Okay. But there are some key areas that we need to be able to focus on to be able to go ahead and do that. So let me just go ahead and share my screen, okay, which should lead me to here. Okay, this call is going to be, we're not going to cover any products and service tutorials on this call. The product and service tutorials we will have. We had one of those last week, product and service tutorial. We talked about the traincation in Tenerife. Okay, if you haven't booked out yet, the 25th of September, to the 28th, I would definitely put that in your calendar. If you're a business builder, the 25th to the 28th, I would recommend meeting Alex Morton. I'd recommend meeting DJ Barton, the CEO. Okay, because the first step is when you get in the business. The second step is when the business gets in you. Okay, the first step is you getting in the business. The second step is when the business gets inside you. Okay, and the reason I'm saying that is because they say the longest journeys from the head to the heart. What do I mean by that? Belief. Okay. Belief. I believe that every single person that goes ahead and goes ahead and starts as a beginner and becomes a professional in the industry of network marketing, what really shifts is their belief. How do you build your belief? You show up to the next event. You show up to the next event. You show up to the traincation. Even if you can come for 1 day, 2 days, whatever you can make of the traincation, I would be there. Why? Not for me, not for Kim, not for Alex Morton. He's definitely done it. He's done a lot, right? Alex is good. Not for Jim Bratch. Okay. For you, right? For you, when I first started in this industry, man, I went event to event to event to event. Could I afford it? No. I wasn't earning, a lot of money in this industry. Did I go ahead and use a credit card? Yes. Did it serve me, invest into myself? Absolutely. Did it pay me back a lot from doing that? Yes, it did. So it's worth going ahead and changing and shifting, your belief system when it comes to building this business. So network marketing, pre-launch training, this is exactly how to build the business from where you are day number one. Okay. So you don't need anything, forget anything else that you've heard, that you've known about this industry, and let's start from today. All right, let's draw the line. So step one, fundamentals. You've got your affiliate link saved in a place that you can share it. That may sound basic, but guys, I've seen business builders that are out building the business and they haven't even got their affiliate link at hand for people to join their business. How are you going to get someone started if you haven't got your affiliate link ready? Okay. And if you haven't done that yet, again, this isn't going to be like a back office tutorial, but go ahead, log into your back office and just save it, right? Just save your affiliate link. Do you know why, guys? Because you aren't going to be blessed with the results that you want if you can't get ready for them. If you can't prepare, if you can't get ready, if you can't prepare for them. This is called preparing. Do you know how many calls? You can probably tell the amount of calls of preparation I've done to get to this point. It's worth it. Freedom tastes really good. I mean, really good. It's worth learning a couple skill sets, couple skills in this industry. So go ahead, get your affiliate link ready in your notes or wherever you can copy and paste it to the next person. Now, you want a list that is written down. Guys, I'm always writing lists of names. Yeah, look, I'm always writing lists of names in pads. I write it. I don't store it in anything else but a pad. I write it. Okay? And on this one, I've got a little area where I've got, STP. Have I shown them the presentation? Have they seen it? Seen the presentation? I've got 3W, three-way call. Have they been on a three-way call? Okay. Are they in or are they a no with a K, right? No, K-N-O-W, right? They know. All right. Do you know what? Because I'm going to go ahead. I've just got some feedback now from an individual, okay, who sent me a voice note, from it was a professional athlete, and I've been prospecting for like 2 years. He's a no for now, right? I've been prospecting for 2 years. He'll get started in my business, 100%. Do you know what? Because I'm going to follow up. Right? We're going to go through this. But what I'm saying is, guys, there's a few skill sets. There's only a few. Put a one in the chat. If you could get rich and free beyond your wildest dreams from learning a few skill sets and operating them every day, would you go ahead and do it? Put a one in the chat if you're with me, right? Put a one in the chat. I'm not going to give you anything that isn't just how to do these few skills right. I've got a good at a couple things, man. I'm not, super gifted, super talented, or any of this stuff. I've just got good at a couple skill sets. I've done them every single day for the last 4 years. Okay. So you want your list now. All right. There's nothing else to do but this. Right. And if you haven't wrote your list, that's your starting point now. You don't need to know anything else about Elite. I'm being real. You don't need to know anything else about Elite but writing a list. Okay. Now you want to get that list to 100 names, as quickly as you can. If you've got 20, great. If you've got 40, great. If you've got 60, if you've got, my superstars, they put about 300, 400 names on a list. Okay. Now, I'm not telling you where to aim. I'm just saying if you can get 100 names down, don't wait to take action until you've got 100 names. But let's get to 100 names as quickly as possible. The more names you've got, the more no's you're going to get, and the more yeses you're going to get. Because if you're not getting no's, guess what? You're not getting yeses. If you're not getting no's, you're not getting yeses. Okay. Now, if you do things the way I'm going to talk about on this short call, okay, then you're going to put the odds and the probability in your favor much more than if you weren't. I will say that. Okay. So you're going to have a list, a VIP list first. And on the VIP list, at the start of the list, you're going to have close people. Okay. Network marketing industry experience, not experts. They could be experts, but experienced people who are already in the industry. They're going to be on your VIP list. In fact, Kim's just connected me with another individual from the industry just now, right? Okay. People who are leaders, doesn't have to be in the industry of network marketing, just leaders, people who lead people who are popular, people who are influential. Okay, people who like to know about things first. Okay, first, those people. Sometimes it's known as your chicken list, the people you don't want to contact, but you should. It's called your chicken list. Okay, I used to have a chicken list. Now I haven't. That comes with reps. That comes with it just comes with reps. It comes with building your belief. It comes from, going out and just doing it right. To be honest, but they need to be on your list. Then the next, area of your list is outer circle, right? People from sports or hobbies or interests. People who do love to travel. People from community groups, okay? People who are co-workers, ex-co-workers, okay? Great area. People you've worked with. People through any courses or education you've ever been on, okay? People from the local area, okay? Anybody from Facebook, Instagram, who just knows your face, right? Facial recognition, that's kind of it. All right? Now, your list should always get bigger. It should never get smaller. Your list should keep getting bigger. Why? Because you're going to go through everybody you know. This is a professional. Doesn't matter if they say, look, some will, some won't. So what? Next. Okay? Some will, some won't. So what? Next. That's the mentality you need to have. You need to say less to more people. Okay? If you want an inbox like mine, you need to say less to more people, right? Less to more people. Now, I don't care how much time you've got in a day. I don't care if you've got 20 minutes a day to build this business. I promise you, you can get free by taking action on a few things that I'm saying if you keep doing them until. That's the key. Well, I haven't got much time. I know you've got 15, 20 minutes a day. I know you've got 30 minutes. I know you've got 1 hour. What do you do in that time? This call is going to be only about what to do in that time. Okay? Because I believe someone who dedicates 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours a week can get free and rich from this industry if they do consistently what it is I'm going to suggest until. Okay. So get the building tools, which are, an overview or something, a video that we have that gives information to people about Elite. Get them saved. Okay. Because you're going to hand this to your team, right? You're going to hand this to your people when they get started. They're going to need this building 101. Okay. Network marketing pre-launch 101. So get building tools saved. We'll put them in the chat again so you've got them. Okay. Now, I want you to let the person you're working with know when your list is complete, and I'll tell you why. Because I don't want you going out there unprepared. I don't want you going out there, second guessing if your invite is going to be good enough, is going to hit the mark. Well, how are you going to do that? By reaching out. By reaching out, by asking Kim, by asking me. I've got my list. I've got my list right now. Can you just check my invite? Because what I don't want to do is go to my list and ruin it. Kim, can you just give me, 15-minute call? 15 minutes. Elliot, can you just give me 15 minutes? That I can share my invite. This is how you go pro. This is how you get paid in this industry. Guys, I can promise you, this is all I've done. Listen to my invite. What do you reckon? Listen to me. And do you know what I do then? Now I teach that many people. I've taught that many people how to get paid. Guys, I'm being real with you. I've taught over the last 12 months. There probably isn't many people in the world more equipped by brand new results and success stories than me in this industry. Ashley's listening to that on the call. He wanted to get the gems from it. He saw it all. He saw it all. Okay. So it works. It really, really works. You guys will get to meet Ashley at the event next week on Saturday. It's going to be phenomenal. And what I'm saying is this: I just know how to get. I helped a lot of people, progress from their 9 to 5. Okay, and go ahead and build with this industry. So let the person you're working with know your list is complete. Okay, and ask them because guys, the invite is pretty much everything. The invite is everything. It really, really is. So I want to make sure you guys are well trained to get paid, right? Because, guys, really, all you need is enthusiasm. Okay, costs nothing. Conviction, meaning you know where you're going. I've got a lot of conviction. Guys, I know exactly where I'm going in this industry. Conviction. And then you need to just something along the lines of what I'm sharing comes out your mouth. That's it. And to be honest, that's all I did. But guys, my enthusiasm took care of my skill set when my skill set was very low level because my enthusiasm was super high. You can't sell a dream, sounding like a nightmare. You can't do it. You just can't do it. It doesn't work. You have to be fired up about where you're going. You don't need to know about the company to be enthusiastic. Okay. You need to know why you're excited about your goal, right? Why you're excited about your freedom mission. Why? The more whys you have, the more ways you're going to have, right? Ways, woo, you're fired up about this. And it's a lot of fun when you're excited about where you're going. Part 5 in the chat, if you know what I mean. Like, when you're excited about where you're going. Guys, building this business is so simple. And the way you stay excited is by tuning in, is by going to the traincation in the Canary Islands in September. It's going to next week's event, July 25th. You want to be excited? You want to be around people who are excited because there are a lot of people in this world, that they're just not excited about anything. Their last dream, went last night, right? They, you know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? That was last night. That was it. What I'm saying is a lot of people are excited about things outside of themselves. You can't, you won't, in success, you won't last long, right? Okay, I heard something today and it said you've got to be very disciplined in your disappointments in the industry of network marketing. That was from an individual that's done 80 million plus that I studied. Okay, he said you've got to be very disciplined in your disappointments in this industry. I was like, wow, that is so true. That is so true because a disciplined person wants the next win. They're fired up by something. And it starts with gratitude, right? And guys, when it comes to this, I'm a big believer that you never let gratitude be the finish line. Some people, it's like, I'm grateful. That's it. It's like, no, I'm grateful about what's coming because I've got faith, right? I'm a very faith-fulfilled person. I believe, right? I'm a believer, okay? Right? There are a lot of non-believers. I'm a believer, okay? meaning that if somebody who has the same potential as me achieves freedom in the industry of network marketing or an additional 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever it is, I know by certainty I can do it. And so can you. And so can you. But we're going to sing from the same hymn sheet. We really, really are. I love singing. I love music. Okay. We're going to sing from the same hymn sheet. So that's the step one. Now, this is step two. Your VIP list wants to be heavily exposed by three-way calls. That's the key. Whenever somebody brand new is working close with myself, working close with the leadership, the VIP list, you want to make sure is on three-way calls because it's very personal. Okay? So the VIP list, and that can be me, that can be Kim, that can be Mr. Jin Bratch, because we want to make sure that it's not about them joining. Guys, by the way, never think about selling anybody into the industry of network marketing. Always focus on showing them what you're doing. That's it. You don't need to convince or sell or persuade. I didn't need to persuade Kim with anything. I showed her what I was up to, and it's enough. Guys, it really is enough, okay? But it's really focusing on the fundamentals that give you that chance to work with amazing individuals like you guys, right? So, VIP three-way call. How are you going to do that? You're going to do that by phone call. Okay, you should have pretty much all of these guys' number. You know, phone call is best. Voice notes aren't amazing. That's what I'll say. I'm not. That's you. I'm just gonna say the most probable results from me are gonna be through phone call. That's how it's gonna go. So I'm gonna get on the call and let's just say I'm speaking to Kim. Okay, I'm gonna get on the call. Hey Kim, look, super excited to connect with you. I haven't got loads of time at all. Okay, Kim, I'm calling you really quick. Essentially, I've been really looking for a way that's world class to earn more money, create more freedom, and if I can travel more, great. The reason I'm calling you is simply out of respect before I go public with this brand new project. Kim, if you could earn more money and create more freedom, maybe travel more, would you want to hear more about it? Yes or no? Guys, that's it. Okay? That's it. Oh, well, what's it about? That's a really good question. I want to make sure you get exactly what you deserve, which is a full overview. I'm working very closely with one of the co-founders and creators. I'm going to go ahead. Do not ask. You don't need to. Oh, guys, I don't ask. If they've said yes, I don't go ahead then and ask permission if I can put them in a three-way group with the person I'm working with. They've said to me, yes, that's it now. Okay, I can show them the way that I need to. It's not down to them to decide how they see the information. They've already said yes. They had a chance to say no, but they said yes. Cool. What I'm going to go ahead and do now is then I'm going to connect you with who I'm working with to give you the real details for you personally as being someone I've got on my, that I haven't gone public yet, and you're on my list. You're here. I want to make sure you get the full overview. I'm going to connect you with one of the co-creators because I'm actually working closely with them. They're one of the top leaders in this entire project. See the verbiage. Watch this back to get the verbiage of network marketing. This is the difference. Okay. I'll never forget it. A mentor of mine, he was the first person to do 1 million a month. Okay. Kim knows what I'm talking about, Mr. Holton Bugs. He said, Elliot, sweat the small stuff. I was like, sweat the small stuff. He was like, yeah, sweat the small stuff. Trust me. I was like, wow, that is so big. I'm going to sweat the small stuff. And that's when I decided to listen to everything my mentor shared and the way he did. Okay. So they've gone ahead and then you're going to place them in the group and make the connection. Kim's just put me in a group. Hey, this is Elliot. I want to make sure this individual gets the full overview from you. That's it. And then I can take it from there, right? Because the more three-way calls that are happening within your business, the more money your entire team are going to be earning. That's how it goes. So we want to make sure this is sharp from the beginning. Now, this is how I would edify, and there's a science behind this. This is how I'd edify myself or who it is you're working with. You can say, look, me and Elliot, we've built an amazing, relationship over a short amount of time. He knows the facts about the project. That's going to help the green people, the people who want to know all the facts. You can say he knows exactly how to get to the results. He's one of the top leaders in this. He knows how the money's been made. That's going to hit the people, the red personalities, the people that want bam, that want the results. Okay. Then you're going to say he loves helping people. That's gonna hit all the yellow, caring, the save the whales, those kind of individuals. They want the community people. And you can say he's a lot of fun to work with, a lot of fun, because that's gonna then pique the interest of the blue people, right? The people who love to have a good time. The Kims of the world, right? Loves having a good time, right? That's what it's about. You've got to make sure you're talking to every prospect, okay, that's going to be hearing what you're saying, right? And there's a science behind that. There's a science behind that. Obviously, when you first meet, you don't know who you're talking to. When I first met Kim, I didn't know exactly what personality she was. I knew she was a big go-getter. When I got to know her, I knew she loves to have a good time and see everyone together and all that good stuff. But to start with, you don't know that. So you've got to make sure you're edifying the mentor, the person you're working with the right way. Okay? Now, for the people with industry experience, the only way that I'd change my invite is by saying, look, I know you're in the industry right now. I had to come to you out of respect. Purely, you know this industry. Timing and positioning is usually the difference between people getting to the kind of income that they wanted and sometimes not. So I talk about timing and positioning. Okay? The next thing I'd say is, and to be honest with you, I know the most important part about this industry is who you're with. I'm launching this with the number one leader in the world, and I had to let you know. So for the people within the industry, I would always talk about timing and positioning, and then who it is that you're working with, because there is not a person in this industry, unless they are in elite, that can edify the number one leader in the world. And I'm sorry, but there's just no call I get on where there's any way you can edify above that. You just can't. It's impossible. So if you edify Alex Morton and I can't wait for you guys to meet Alex in Tenerife. He's a super, super cool guy. Honestly, the most normal individual. One minute you're talking about football and things like that. Next minute you're talking about like how to really make it happen on a world. I'm talking like he's mentored by the likes of Bob Proctor, Ed Milet, Grant Cardone. Honestly, guys, insane. His influence is insane, but what an amazing guy. Anyway, and I would say to the people in the industry, I had to come to you out of respect before you hear about this from another person. You've got to, guys, this is promoting. This is called promoting. Get good at that, honestly. Promoters get paid a lot of money in this industry. Okay? Right. Now, maybe if I'm inviting someone straight to a webinar or an event, okay? Actually got a video on this, but I'm just adding something to the invitation. All right. So let me just show you this. Let's just say, for example, I'm adding someone to the webinar. I'm inviting someone to the webinar or the event July 25th or the webinar the 21st. We're going to release the flyer in a moment for that. It's super cool, really, really cool in that respect. So for the webinar, this is how I would invite someone. Let's say I'm inviting Ella to the webinar. I'm going to jump on the call. Hey, Ella, how are you? You good? Yeah. I haven't got a lot of time, right? Guys, I'm jumping on this straight away. Because if you don't say that, guess what they're going to do? They're going to ask you a million questions that you shouldn't be answering. Guys, there's a science and intention to everything, okay? I'm in a bit of a rush right now, Ella. Okay. Now, Ella, really quickly, What is it you're doing 8 p.m. on Tuesday, real quick? Ella's going to say, nothing. The reason I ask that is because I want to make sure her schedule's clear before I give her an invite. It's called clear schedule. Everybody close to you guys should be on that call on Tuesday. Don't, guys, never prejudge anybody. Practice getting good. Practice getting good. Practice getting good, right? Guys, there was a time for probably 2 or 3 years where every time I got in my car and drove somewhere, I just did 5 reps. I'd ring my phone book is toast, like toast, to be honest. Because I did that many reps practicing, right? Right? I just did because I get good. Okay. So you're gonna clear schedule. Okay. What are you doing? If they say, oh, I've got this on, okay, say this is what you want to say. Okay, cool. Well, listen, I've got a brand new project. I've got you noted down before it goes public. I've been looking for a way to earn more money, create more freedom. If you could do the same, would you want to learn more about it? Yes or no? And you can use a business tool. Okay. If for whatever reason they're not available, most people, they're going to be available. Okay. So I'm going to say, I'm going to clear schedule. Okay. What are you doing Tuesday, 8 p.m.? Nothing. Brilliant. Okay. The reason I'm calling is out of respect. I've been looking for a world-class way to earn more money, create more freedom, maybe travel. Guys, just copy this invite. It works. Okay. Now, I've got a big long list of people because it's private at the moment that I'm going to showcase what it is that I'm doing. If you could earn more money, create more freedom, maybe travel more, would you want to hear more about it? Yes or no? Same invite. You would. Brilliant. Well, you've already told me you're free, 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Okay. We actually have an exclusive private webinar with the number one leader in the entire space, and I'm working with him. You wouldn't believe it. If I was to share with you a guest spot to be there and listen in, it's going to be about 30 minutes. Can I count on you to be there? Just copy and paste it. Can I count on you to be there? Yes. Don't give them the link unless they have gone ahead and said, yes, I'll be there. Then you give them the link whilst you're on the phone and you say, great, I'll see you there on Tuesday. Okay? And then when Tuesday comes round, in the morning, all of your guests via voice note, hey, Kim, super excited that you're going to be on the call tonight. It's going to be incredible. Get there a few minutes before 8. You're going to hear from an individual that's world renowned. I cannot wait. And I'm so excited you've got a spot. Do not message saying, are you going to be there? No, they've already never asked them again. They've already committed. They've already committed. Never go over ground you've already covered. So you're gonna let them know how fired up you are, that they've got a spot on the call. It's gonna be incredible, packed out, and you've got a link to be there. Congratulations. They're thinking, what on earth is this call gonna be about? And they're fired up. Okay, that's the right way to make sure someone's got a position on the call. And on the day, that's what you're gonna go ahead and do. All right. Now, if someone says to you this, well, for me to be there, I'm gonna need more information. Don't be afraid to take it away. Step 5, if you need to, is take it away. Do you know why? You can come back to them. I'd say, well, look, say if Kim was like, well, hang on, Elliot. Well, look, before I jump on any call, before I go and do this, before I go and do that, I'm going to need this information. I'll say, look, Kim, I've got a big long list of individuals that want to earn more money, create more freedom. Am I right in saying it's not enough of a priority to you yet to give you a spot on this call? Am I right in saying that, Kim? Because what I can do is cross your name off for now. People hate having their names crossed off lists. Hate it. They hate it. They can't stand having their name crossed out. All right? Guys, this is how you build. This is how you build. This is the difference. Guys, 5K, 10K, 15, 20, 50K a month, 100K a month. And do you know what? Their skill sets, I'm going to be real with you. You don't even have to be able to execute this to this degree. Just follow and copy it the best of your ability consistently. Me going ahead and going, multiple six figures in 3 years is moving pretty quick. But you don't, guys, what I'm saying to you is you don't need to be that obsessed to go and do it that quick, right? Just get these small skill sets, do them consistently. You don't need loads of time to do them. Just do them, whatever your consistently is. Do them every day. Okay, we all brush our teeth every day, consistently, regardless of how much time we get. Build the business consistently. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Think about your business and it will create you freedom, okay? Right, anyone whose number you haven't got but you know, send them a voice note. So let's say you haven't got their number, but you're connected with them via Instagram or Facebook. Let's say I was connecting with Jessica. I'd say, hey Jessica, look, I know this message is out of the blue. I had to give you a quick message. I've got a brand new project I'm launching based around earning more money, creating more freedom, and traveling more. I had to let you know. If you could learn more about it, would you want to? Yes or no? Quick voice note. Don't send a message. It's got no emotion. Voice note, energy, enthusiasm, conviction. Bam. You're going to get the right people say, yeah, I want to hear more. I sent one message in 2020. What was it? 2023. And by August 2025, this individual was doing an extra 60,000, nearly a six-figure earner in network marketing. And I sent them a message via Facebook. And guess what? We hadn't seen each other since we we're 14, 15 years of age, 16 years of age. Guys, I'm telling you, do not prejudge anyone. That is the fastest way to miss out on freedom, okay? Right, the key points. Enthusiasm beats strategy 99% of the time. You can obviously watch this back and get good, and I would highly recommend it. Highly. Okay? But it beats strategy 99% of the time. Get fired up. I don't know, drink some coffee, drink some Red Bulls, put your favorite music on, look at your goal, look at your favorite car, favorite watch, favorite designer, favorite holiday, favorite trip, favorite person, favorite person in your life. Get fired up. Trust me. You can't sell a dream looking like a nightmare. Okay. Ignorance on fire beats knowledge on ice. Ignorance on fire beats knowledge on ice. Just going back a point, you can't sell a dream looking like a nightmare. What I'm saying with that is next week, July 25th, dress as your goal, right? Dress as your goal. I'm going to be there dressed as my vision, right? Dressed in my vision. I'm not coming in board, swim shorts or anything like that. Pina colada in hand. No, I'm going to dress as my goal. Guys, honestly, this stuff, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between something that's real or fake. It doesn't know the difference. Okay? It doesn't know the difference. Be, do, have, be's the start, right? Be your goal. Okay? Ignorance on fire beats knowledge on ice, meaning you don't need to know everything. I do not know everything about Elite. I am still one of the top leaders in the company. I don't know everything about Elite. Some of the stuff about Elite I learned, through, Ella asking me a question, Jessica asking me a question, Tim asking me a question. I learned stuff about Elite. I don't need to know all the facts to build this business. I need to know where I'm going and execute on this plan. Okay? People haven't got their position, then develop their attitude. They've got their position because of their attitude. Attitude will cost you everything if you do not have the right attitude. Okay? A bulletproof mindset. No can stop you. No. No rejection, no failure, no day. Just do not quit on a bad day. That's what I've learned about network marketing. Do not quit on a bad day. Keep going. You survive 10 years in network marketing, you'll be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You can survive 10 years. We're all going to be 10 years older in 10 years anyway. Honestly, guys, honestly, Jin, 12 years in, started out cleaning floors at 19 in a hospital. 100 orders from 50K a month. because he met an Elliot Ward, a Jake Parton in 2025, guys. Come on. Like this all works. Okay? If you aren't getting no's, you aren't getting yeses, go for no. There's actually a book called Go for No. It's the truth. Okay? This is a profession. There's a few skills. But guys, I've just talked about a few skills. Most of it is inviting just the right way right now. You've got me to close, to follow up. Ella's got guys with me in groups, and I'm following up. I'm following up. I'm helping her with the process. Let me help you. But all as I need is the invite, and then I'm there, right? Most of this industry is just courage, the courage to win. It's just courage, okay? And this industry is underpaid until it's overpaid. Honestly, it's underpaid until it's overpaid. Guys, when you're earning thousands a week through this industry, take it from me, you'll be like, man, this works. This absolutely works. And it's worth every single blood, sweat, tear, and hopeless moment. It really is. And I'm not saying that for any other reason, but it just is. Okay? So it's underpaid until it's overpaid. Daily methods of operation. Okay? These are what get you paid. Okay, this is if you've got 20 minutes, 30 minutes, this is what you should be doing. Adding to your list. Okay? Making calls. Guys, your calls should be no longer than 90 seconds, 2 minutes. Guys, because otherwise you're saying too much. You're saying way too much. Okay? Calls, voice notes if you have to. Inviting. Okay? Presenting. I know Kim will be doing some presenting and presenting the business and things of that nature, and you guys will be too. Presenting, okay, that's presenting to a prospect is a daily, it's a DMO, right? Three-way calls, income producing, following up. That's an income producing activity, right? Following up. Guys, you know how long I spend following up with people who have blanked me. Ashley's on the call. I followed up with him probably 4 or 5 times. He didn't even answer me. He's training on the last event. On the last event, I followed with him a good 4 or 5 times. So I followed up with him over probably a 12 to 18 month period. And he didn't answer me. Did I keep following up? Yes. I think he always feels bad about that. Bro, don't feel bad, man. You know what I mean? Like, bro, he always, and I can tell he always feels like saying sorry as well. All right? Guys, look, I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough. That's what it is. It's not. That's what it is. I take full responsibility. Okay, following up, closing. Guys, use me to close people into the business. Use me to close people. Okay, and you can learn how to close people. How did I learn how to close people in the business? I watched my mentor do it. And I went ahead and said, you know what? I can close people in the business. And then promoting. Right now, between now and Tuesday, I'd be promoting like there's no tomorrow. Honestly, guys, promoting will get you paid heavily. Heavily. And then obviously for July 25th, everybody in the UK promoting. Guys, you have people in the room at July 25th. Oh my word. They are getting in. When they see us training, delivering, presenting, it's a wrap. Okay? It's an absolute wrap. So daily listening activities, turn your car into a classroom. Honestly, most of my day is spent around listening to I'll be real, man. Alex Morton, Eric Worre, Holton Buggs, Jim Rohn, Jeff Roberti, Brian Carruthers. These individuals I listen to, multiple seven-figure earners. Guys, that's what I listen to. Okay, that's what I listen to. Okay, so I take down GoPro, Eric Worre. Perfect for you guys. Jim Rohn, How to Build a Network Marketing Business. Great audio. Cash Cow by Holton Buggs. Great audio. All right. If anyone's struggling to find any of these, just let me know. And then Bob Proctor, how to shift your paradigm. Because guys, to be honest, that's all you need. You just need to know how to change your paradigm. Your paradigm is why your results are what they are. At every level, we have a paradigm, which is a multitude of habits. As long as we can learn how to shift our paradigm, we can have anything we want. Anything. Anything. And guys, outside of that, I mean, to be honest with you, I think for the next 30 days at least, I'll be real. I think for the next 3 years, I'll be listening to this stuff. Like I listen to this stuff all the time. Like it's just, guys, we turn into what we tune into. What we tune into, we turn into. All right. My goal as a network marketing global professional, I had to tune into those that I've got it right. I've done it. Okay. So, um, brilliant. Okay, that's that. So that is perfect. I'm really happy with that. I want to make sure you guys have got the. Hang on a minute. Did I share? Da, da, da. Let me just stop this for now.